Located in a secret bunker deep beneath Swinburne University, Morgan and Dom broadcast a morning show, the likes of which have never been heard before. From that bunker, this is that morning show. It's time for Wake Up with Morgan and Dom.
Hello and welcome to Wake Up with Morgan and Dom. I am Dom. Hello Morgan, how you doing?
I'm good.
How's your
weekend?
Morgan. Yes, how was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty good.
Yes,
long,
just waking up
tiring,
now?
but good.
That's very good.
I could go back to bed now, actually.
Yeah, you know what? I probably could go back to bed right about now as well.
You know what? I think we're going to finish this show. I'm just going to go right to bed.
You know what? I think that's exactly what I'm going to do too.
Yeah.
Should we tell them?
Nah, they can figure it out.
Fair enough. They might have to figure it out by going to our website, morgananddom.com.
Morgananddom.com.
Yes. Look, we've got a big show coming up today, or we've got a show coming up today.
We've got a show. Definitely got a show.
That's exactly right. But let's kick it off with a little bit of music.
Let's do it.
You're listening to Wake Up with Morgan and Dom. Now,
Yeah.
Morgan, little bit of follow-up from last week.
Yes, last week. You're going to have to refresh me. What did we talk about? Names.
Last week we talked about names, and I made a little bit of fun of you for your name. And well, to be fair, you brought it on yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Morgan, girl's name or guy's name? What do you think?
Unisex name.
Wikipedia says it's traditionally a boy's name.
Yeah.
There you go.
Suck
and
it, everyone
my
else.
mother was very kind to point out that Morgan Freeman wouldn't be too happy with me either.
No, he wouldn't. He'd be very pissed off.
I have been reminded, however, that in this day and age, the whole idea of some names being for guys and some names being for girls is perhaps an old-fashioned and a bit insensitive, given the sort of spectrum upon which gender occurs. I think it's my feeling that maybe this isn't the right show to be talking about those issues.
This is the very wrong show to be talking about those issues, Dominic.
We're a very silly comedy show, so I'm not sure.
If we're definitely silly. Comedy is down to the listener, really. If we're funny
comedy,
on
perhaps.
Yeah.
So whether there is another show on 3SSR that deals with those sort of issues, I'm not sure, but maybe
we'll hand it over to them if they can get in touch with us.
Listener, could create one of your very own, and Morgan and I would listen to it. Maybe.
Would we though?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I think we're going to make people angry if we go either way on that.
Controversy stirs the pot.
Controversy does stir the pot, but I think we've stirred it up enough for now. Coming up, though, I'm going to talk a little bit about fast food. We're going to have a little bit of a chat about movies.
You're going to be talking about fast food? Ooh.
Yeah, and we'll try some other stuff as well.
You're listening to Wake Up with Morgan and Dom.
And you are listening to Morgan and Dom, and that was the lovely T Swift. Wasn't that, Dominic?
Well, yes, you can tell that I'm doing the music this week. Now, Morgan, I want to have a chat about fast food.
Okay, fast food. What do you want to talk about fast food?
Well, nothing about fast food in particular, but I was shopping for some fast food. Is shopping the right term? I'm not sure. You buy it.
You went and got fast food?
Well, I attempted to, because I want to have a chat about line management.
Line management. We cover the serious issues here at Morgan and Dom.
We definitely do. This is absolutely the place for analytics and all sorts of things.
So, line issues, Dominic. Please enlighten me and the audience about line issues.
I went to McDonald's the other day. It was during lunchtime.
Yep, good. That's a good start.
I felt like a McChicken burger.
Okay,
but
McChicken's good.
I absolutely could not tell what was going on. This was my problem. You know how a couple years ago McDonald's did that thing where instead of you lining up behind each register, they had one sort of master line, and then you'd split off to the register, you'd order, and then they'd send you over to the designated food collection area?
Yeah, I think I remember that.
This was not in perfect operation at the store I went to. There were several lines, some of which may have been collection of food, some of which may have been ordering food. There was no distinction between the two. There were people everywhere. I use the term line very loosely. There were some groups around. Now,
Yep.
this was a McDonald's in the city, and look, I don't expect everything to work smoothly there, but it was so awful, I left.
You left? You didn't even...
I left.
Why would you...
I couldn't handle it. It annoyed me so much that I did not want to give McDonald's my money.
But you're not going to McDonald's, like, if you're going to McDonald's, you're not looking for the ultimate in service, are you really?
I'm looking for some service, Morgan. I will get to that because there's one group that does this incredibly well, but I didn't go there that day. I instead went to KFC.
KFC's still good.
KFC is still good, but they've adopted the McDonald's model recently, and they don't have it all figured out. I will give to McDonald's credit. That was an anomaly. It normally runs quite smoothly.
That's true.
KFC's been running the one-line model for a while, especially at their smaller stores.
Yep.
But up until recently, they've been, once you get to the counter, you stay there until you have your food. Yes. Not so.
No?
Not when I was there last week. I thought everything was going well. They had the one line, and I got in the one line, and I dutifully waited until I reached the front. I ordered my Twister combo.
Yep. Classic customer, yep.
I received my drink, and then I was shoved to one side in order to wait for my food. Except, here's where KFC doesn't have it figured out. Okay,
KFC hasn't got this figured out. What is it?
There was no designated waiting area.
You were just standing there awkwardly?
I wasn't even standing there awkwardly. I was standing, I was at the corner register, so I was cramped into a corner while a woman in front of me ordered fries, and I was standing right next to her, and it was very awkward.
What you're saying is that all fast food places still have a way to go with their line management systems?
Not one. I have one. Well, I'll say, not all fast food's awful like this. I think Subway you can count as fast food, and I've got a bunch of problems there that I believe we've probably already discussed at some point.
Have we?
We may have done it on the beta episode. I'm not sure. I'll check, and if not, that'll be a story for next week.
We can always come back to Subway.
Hungry Jack's.
Yes, Hungry Jack's. Enjoy a bit of Hungry Jack's.
Have you ever been to a Hungry Jack's during peak hour?
I can't say that I have.
I need to congratulate Hungry Jack's.
Why? What have they done so well?
I went to the Hungry Jack's. I ordered my standard Whopper with cheese.
Yep.
Now, granted, Whopper with cheese is one of the regulars, which is why this situation may have occurred. Hungry Jack's, they have the one-line model. The one-line model is good. However, they were so fantastic. I had my food in my hand before the credit card transaction had finished processing.
Actually, I can relate to this. Friday night, I went into I was at Southern Cross Hungry Jack's, the one at Southern Cross, and I was like, I ordered like a whole mine wasn't even a menu. It was like I ordered like 3 separate things from the loose change menu. It's like it wasn't even a meal, and did a touch pay. I was like, oh yeah, cool. I'll go stand to the side. Oh no, here's your stuff.
Hungry Jack's.
I was like, wait, what? It's like they had it ready and waiting. Like it was all good to go. I was like, no way.
Well done, Hungry Jack's.
Hungry Jack's have got their stuff together.
Hungry Jack's have impressed me.
Yeah, it's like we should just eat there from now on. If you don't mind being like fat and disgusting, but I'm okay with that.
I'm more than happy with having Hungry Jack's for lunch from now on. And if Hungry Jack's would like to sponsor the show,
just if they would just send us an email at I don't know the email address. Dominic, what is our email address?
Do we have an email address? I'm not even sure if we do. You can tweet us.
Yeah, Hungry Jacks, if you want us to name drop you even more and talk good, just tweet at us and
tweet at Morgan and Dom or go on Facebook.
Maybe give us some funding and we can do some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Have we mentioned that, Dom? We have some specific online content that we may be bringing to our website in a couple of...
We've mentioned that a little bit. We've mentioned to follow or subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Morgan and Dom.
I think for now, if we just leave it there, it's a bit of a teaser.
It's a big teaser. We've got a lot of good stuff coming.
Yeah.
But for now, that is the end of Dominic's Fast Food Corner, which may or may not return next week with a discussion on Subway and why I find it to be the most intimidating place ever.
I'm looking forward to that.
And it's not just Subway. I pick on Subway in this I'm not sure what to call it. It's a rant I've had on many occasions. It's almost a scripted art at this point, but it may or may not be in the beta episode. So I will either leave it as homework for people to go and listen to the beta episode, or I will leave it as a teaser for next week.
I'm definitely looking forward to hearing about Dom's views on sandwich art.
But for now, let's listen to a song, and when we come back, time for Unwilling Correspondent.
Morgan and Dom.
Good evening, people.
Hello, Sean. Welcome.
Hello.
You're on Wake Up with Morgan and Dom.
The finest radio show there is.
How are you doing?
Right, I'm alright. I'm just putting in my headphones right now. So
do that. Yes. Take a second.
Yeah.
Take a second. Get prepared. I know you weren't prepared to be
That's
our unwilling
the
correspondent.
whole unwilling correspondent comes with a certain level.
This is actually the best that this segment has ever gone so far, due to the fact
we haven't even done anything.
Well, Sean has absolutely no idea that this was going to happen. So, Sean, how are you doing? How is everything around you? What have you been up to?
Well, I'm doing all right. I'm procrastinating from study right now.
What are you studying? What are you supposed to be studying?
I'm meant to be writing code.
That's boring.
I'm meant to be writing C# right now, but I'm not, because I'm talking to you guys.
Well, that's good.
Which is much more fun.
What are things like in the C# world, Sean?
Well, I don't like it. Object-oriented programming is hard.
I'm sure it is.
Do you even know what that means?
No, you guys are using a lot of words I'm not understanding.
Object means a thing. Oriented means that it's about that thing, and programming is making computers do things.
Yeah, computers do stuff.
I know that. You asked if we know what object-oriented programming is. I'm pretty sure it's about programming with objects.
Is he right?
Yeah.
like Lego Mindstorms.
I don't know what...
like building robots. That's programming with objects.
Oh, okay, well, these aren't real objects, but they're imaginary.
They're imaginative objects?
Yes.
Are you alone whilst doing this, Sean?
You'll just have to imagine the objects.
Is there anyone else around you that you could interview, perhaps? This was always the goal for the Unwilling Correspondent segment, was somebody would be interviewed by our Unwilling Correspondent.
My parents are kind of watching TV, and they'll be like,
what are they watching?
What are you?
Don't say what they're watching. That'll date when we recorded this.
Yes. Anyway.
So Sean, for those of us that are, unenlightened, what is object-oriented programming?
Object-oriented programming is...
Yep.
If you look up the Wikipedia article...
Don't leave us hanging like this, man.
Methodology which enables a system to be modelled as a set of objects which can be controlled and manipulated in a modular manner.
Are you studying right now? Because that sounds like from a textbook or something.
That is from the Mac OS X dictionary.
Sorry, what is the alternative?
The alternative to
object-oriented programming.
Oh, procedural programming, which is what I studied last semester. It was much simpler.
Right.
Are you building Skynet?
No.
Thank you. We're finally getting back on track for our target audience. Are you building that AI from I Am Robot?
iRobot?
No.
You just
That's
got
the one.
iRobot
and I Am Legend completely mixed up. That'd be an awesome film.
Can I do a screen sharing thing with you guys?
You can.
Can he what?
I suppose Sean's going to do a screen share, which is going to be fantastic for a pretty much entirely audio-based program.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Just read out what you're seeing.
Well, let's kind of
Describe it.
describe.
How's the code highlighting in C#?
You mean Zamarin Studio?
You've lost me.
This is Zamarin Studio. This great big window that you see on the screen right now.
I disapprove of you not using Visual Studio.
I'm on OS X.
I disapprove of you not using
All
Windows.
right, I just want to put a disclaimer out there. Rest of the audience, I'm with you. I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah,
I feel like I've become the unwilling correspondent.
I feel like we've become Swinbite.
Yes.
Quick shout out to Jordan there. 11 o'clock on Wednesdays.
This show's just derailing really quickly.
We've got a comedy program that has been, so far this episode, a comment on the gender spectrum, an insight into fast food, and now a programming lecture.
Yeah, it is. It's quite. We're diverse. We like to think we're a diverse show here at Morgan and Dumb.
I think we are.
See this program? See this program?
Okay, Sean.
Do you see this
Sean
purple
has
screen?
a purple screen, and when he clicks, squares appear.
Yes. When I push the space bar on my keyboard, the background color changes.
Okay, Sean.
When I click the left mouse button, it draws a square.
And this is
When
your
I click the
programming
right
assignment,
mouse
is it?
button, when I click the right mouse button, it puts a little box around with a shape that's under the mouse.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
Is this the advantage of object-oriented programming? Is that you can then create and destroy objects like this?
Well, I can see these two objects in the middle, the pale green and the white one.
Mm-hmm.
I've got them both selected, and I can push the delete key, and they're gone.
Oh,
right,
wow.
this just looks like a very, very limited version of a whiteboard, where you can only draw squares. What is the advantage of this program?
It's okay. It's week. This is the week 3 task.
Yeah, but
okay.
It's not. When I was 3,
advanced.
I could play with coloured squares. What's the deal?
Still R3, Dominic.
Oh, come on. Let's not get into that discussion. Jeez.
Let's go to another
Sean
song.
Go. Thank you very much.
Let's go to another
You've been
song.
our unwilling correspondent.
Before I go, we'll show
okay.
you this.
He switched from an unwilling correspondent to an eager correspondent.
Very quickly.
We've got a box with an enter your name.
Yes, we do.
Right.
This was the major project last semester. So there's a countdown, you have to click the shapes, and they go pop. But you can't hear that.
No,
they
I can't.
go pop as I click them, and watch the bar. See, I'm running out of time. I click the shapes...
You've made a Flash game from 1993.
Has he made Pong?
It's basically...
I run out of time.
Okay.
Game over.
Thank you very much for being our unwilling correspondent, Sean.
No worries.
Our willing
Thank you
correspondent.
for being our programming guru.
Oh, yeah.
And thank you very much for being a fan of the show.
Be sure to tune into the rest of the show.
I will. I absolutely will.
Let's listen to more of Dom's music.
Let's do it.
Morgan's Real Talk.
Hey, you're listening to the best named show on our show. Our best named segment.
Oh, absolutely.
On our show.
Yes. The as yet
The Real Talk.
unchanged visual pun.
Yeah, well, no one sent us any suggestions, and I'm not going to change it.
No, I'm not going to change it. If someone actually...
Actually, my sister did say she really liked the name for this segment.
Oh, well, I was
even though it's purely a visual joke in an auditory medium, as we keep saying.
I was thinking maybe we could get our listeners, if any of them are musically inclined, to write us a jingle for Real Talk.
To write us a jingle for Real Talk, yeah.
I'd like
That's
to
always
hear
an
that.
option.
Musically inclined listeners, write us a jingle for Real Talk.
And make sure it's good.
Yeah, make sure it's good, not like the crap we've got now. And we will post. Send it through to show@morgananddom.com. That will be our email address.
Does that exist? Does that exist yet, Dominic?
Yes, it does. It does exist as of this moment. It is now a thing.
All right. So what are we talking about? Normally I would lead it, but this week Dominic is.
I don't watch new movies very often.
Well, this movie I think we talked about in our beta.
We did. We talked about this on an episode of On My Mind.
Peace of Mind. I don't know.
Peace of Mind. I keep getting them confused.
I don't even know.
This was your radio show back last semester. Your
Yeah.
solo show.
And then you joined for the last episode, and it was
basically
jolly good fun.
A beta of this. You can see it on morganandom.com.
It was the beta.
Either way, I believe we spoke about... Did we speak about Captain America?
Yeah, I was talking about Captain America.
Which one was that? That would have been the new one.
Yeah, Captain America the Winter Soldier, the latest one. Came out this
that.
year. One of the highest grossing films of the year. I
saw the original Captain America and the second one very recently.
Yeah, I recently rewatched the second one as well.
How good is it?
It's very good. The Russo brothers did an amazing job.
I'm extremely impressed. The first one I don't think was as good as the second.
People hate the first one. I don't mind it.
The first one was... he was a bit... He looked silly.
He looked silly?
Captain America is a silly superhero.
Yeah, he is a bit.
It's a product of his time, I know. But as far as... I mean, we've had a massive spate of gritty reboots recently. The Avengers,
Would you say that?
Iron Man, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man even have all been made grittier and more real, I suppose you could call it.
Yeah, I like it. I like what they've done.
I like it too. I just don't think it works for Captain America.
I think they made it work this time.
The second one was definitely better than the first. And I genuinely enjoyed it. I liked that film. The shield, which I thought was ridiculous in the first film, very, very cool in the second.
How? It's literally the same thing.
I know, but I just liked it more. I don't know. Also, the second one had Scarlett Johansson in it.
True.
And that's just an A+ for any movie.
Nothing beats a bit of Scarlett.
So, yeah, for me, I think the second Captain America rates above the first.
Oh yeah, I think it's hands down, considering it is one of the highest grossing films of this year.
Is it?
And yeah, and recently, I think it's gotten it's been a bit in the news lately because Honest trailers, they do like
yes
Honest,
I do.
Yeah, they do like all the Honest trailers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They recently released an Honest trailer for Captain America 2, and it's kind of like, normally they're very like harsh on movies and stuff, and like halfway through they're like, you know what, we actually really enjoyed Captain America 2 and we had a hard time picking on it, so get ready for the next 3 minutes of nitpicking. And it's like, that's actually really good acclaim from people who like, their thing is they make fun of movies and do stuff. It's like, no, we actually really enjoyed this.
Really good.
Yeah, we might link them on the site.
They'll be in the show notes at morganandom.com. Don't worry about that.
Maybe they might want to sponsor us also.
Maybe they might want to link to us. We would certainly appreciate that.
Yes, we would appreciate anything.
I doubt they'll ever know we exist.
Oh, I think they might. Then we might get lucky.
I don't.
Never know.
You're very optimistic, Morgan.
Yeah, that's the magic of Morgan and Dom. Morgan the optimist, Dom the pessimist.
That is exactly what this show is. Well, this I don't get. Marvel versus DC, and which one's which? So the Avengers, they're all Marvel.
Yeah.
Which is also
put it
Iron
this way.
Man.
DC at this point have got Superman.
Which one was Batman?
Batman is DC.
Right.
They've got the only DC thing I really enjoy is the television show Arrow.
Who's Spider-Man
They've got that.
with?
Spider-Man is part of Marvel, but is owned by Sony currently.
So that's why he's not in any of the other movies.
Yeah, he's owned by.
Is he an Avenger?
And he is at times in the comics. He is at times. X-Men is Marvel, but they're owned by 20th Century at the moment.
Well, they're separate. So
that's why in Marvel movies you won't have any reference of mutants. They'll be called Inhumans or something like that.
Isn't Marvel like buying them all back?
Not yet. They haven't. That's why we got the Amazing Spider-Man reboot, because Sony wanted to keep the rights to Spider-Man. I'm not sure. I don't think X-Men is. They're buying that back soon. They want to, but they haven't yet.
Didn't they buy one recently? I thought they bought one recently.
No. You were literally speaking to the perfect person about this, because I'm a Marvel
I know,
nerd,
that's why I'm asking you.
No, as it goes, yeah.
Well.
That is what it is. And also, did you hear recently DC have instigated like a no jokes policy in their movies?
What? What is this?
It's because they I think at this point in time, Marvel know what they're doing, and they've got the whole quirky, funny stuff sorted out.
No,
and then DC is trying to maintain their niche ground of serious.
Well,
dark,
they haven't
brooding.
really had many jokes in their most recent works, have they?
They've taken a more serious approach, and they're trying to keep it, I guess.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I think it should work out fine. I'm a Marvel guy, but I'm looking forward to seeing some new DC movies.
Is there going to be another Iron Man?
Iron Man 4, maybe.
Yay! I like Iron Man. Iron Man's my favourite.
He's
behind
lots of people's favourites.
Batman's clearly the best superhero.
It's all down to your personal opinion, really, Dominic.
Batman's clearly the best superhero.
All right, here's a tweet. Tweet at us who you think would win in a fight, Iron Man or Batman. Tweet at Morgan
Batman, definitely Batman.
Well, let's see what the audience thinks,
Dom. Guy? Are you genuinely telling me you're an Iron Man guy?
I am 100% an Iron Man guy.
Iron Man's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
but Batman would totally.
Yeah, tweet us if you would win in a fight. Screw the age-old Superman versus Batman. Let's try Iron Man versus Batman.
Without the suits, Batman wins hands down, definitely.
Yeah, easily. But yeah, with all the things they possess. But until then, I guess we'll go to another song, Dominic?
I think that's a good idea.
All right, another one of Dom's lovely, lovely tunes. Let's head to it.
You're listening to Wake Up with Morgan and Dom.
Yeah, wake the hell up, everybody.
Oh, we're in an angry mood at the moment. I like this segment. You've introduced me to what I think is a fantastic idea.
Yeah, it was. I can't believe it's never been thought of before.
I'm absolutely sure it has.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I haven't Googled it.
But that, for you, audience, we are about to do another one of my much loved and much hated hate song dedications.
And for perhaps the first time, I've got one.
Have you?
This is a hate from the past.
Hate from the past.
I'm not going to name names.
We should totally chuck like a Back to the Future thing there, like.
But as you know, Morgan.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm a filmmaker.
Yep, I know this.
I do make documentaries occasionally.
Yeah.
And sometimes those documentaries have interviews in them.
Yes.
And sometimes, or once, I had an interview get hijacked by a member of the crew.
Oh, really?
Yes.
With the cameraman?
Sound recordist.
Oh.
They're not even listening, important. You know who you are. And to be fair, in case they are listening, I don't hate them so much now.
That is good.
Boy, did I hate them then.
It's a bit weird to be hearing Dom hate someone. It's very new.
I was recently reminded of this because I've worked with them since, and they're an absolutely lovely person, and I don't know what happened, but it was a frustrating time.
Well, I also have a hate dedication this week, Dominic.
Yes, let's not have all of the hate spew from me.
Yeah, let's spread the hate.
Is this the first time we've had someone that we actually have hated on hate song dedications? I mean, Emmett had someone cut him off on a tram.
Yeah, well, mine's pretty generic this week. Mine's pretty generic this week too. On Friday night, I went into Docklands, got to watch some fireworks and stuff, which was pretty cool. They had some wicked fireworks. It was about a 15-minute show. It was awesome. Except, of course, there's always the, it's like, oh yeah, people in Docklands, I'm rich. I want to go see fireworks in Docklands. I'll go chill on my yacht, my catamaran. So throughout the fireworks, there's all these catamarans. Like one will honk at one, and then they'll honk at each other, and it's just like, just honking back and forth. And boats, it's just the most annoying thing. And I was just like, guys, I just want to chill and watch some fireworks. But always like 1%ers going, honk, honk, I have a catamaran, honk, honk. Hey, look at you, you have a catamaran, I'll honk at you, oh, you're honking back. Man, it was just the most like, that ruins your night.
Honking catamarans.
Yeah, I would like to dedicate a hate song to any one of those people who was just honking catamarans at each other while I was trying to watch the lovely things explode in the sky.
Fair enough. And if you have someone that you would like to dedicate a hate song to,
hashtag spread the hate.
Hashtag spread the hate at Morgan and Dom. And I did promise we would get a phone line set up. That is still in the process of happening. But when that does happen, I will post about it on the Facebook page.
Yes, so make sure you check out the Facebook page as well.
So we're clear. We'll organise the hate songs. You just tell us who you hate.
Yeah, just tell us who you hate, and then we can we'll mention your name and like a vague thing of who you hate. And before we play the song, much like we do
right now. You're listening to Wake Up with Morgan and Dom. That was our song of hate, our hate song dedication. And
yes,
as I said,
it was.
We'll have a phone line set up for that. But until then, you can always tweet at us at Morgan and Dom, Facebook us / Morgan and Dom,
Facebook.
Email us, show@morgananddom.com, and of course visit the website morgananddom.com.
Morgananddom.com.
Yes.
Morgananddom.com.
But now I think everyone is thoroughly woken up.
Also, probably a little bit sick of us by now as well.
Definitely, I would be.
Because like if I was I'd wake up to us. Like, yeah, definitely. But like then after an hour, I'd be like, yeah, all right, I'm awake now.
I'm awake now.
Shut up.
Bugger off.
Yeah,
that's exactly.
Leave me alone.
It's a very good thing that we've only got an hour segment.
Yeah, I don't know. We'd probably be like, what? There'd be riots by now if we had like any longer. Right?
How long are normal morning shows? It's like 3 or 4 hours.
Oh yeah, they have like it's like what they have like 5 till like something. It's insane.
Yeah, no, I couldn't deal with that.
I couldn't listen to you talk that long.
We just play the same hour over and over again.
Yeah, we would.
Actually, I just pre-record it the night before. Until then, until next week, I've been Dom.
And I have maybe been Morgan.
Perhaps.
You guys, you won't know, audience.
No one's got any idea.
Yeah, we could be switching out every week.
We could be. We could.
They wouldn't even know.
We might not even be in the studio.
Yeah, we could totally be at home right now. You wouldn't even know.
Visit morgananddom.com for the podcast version of this episode. And if you are listening to that podcast version, we do this live 3 until 4 at 3ssr.org. That's on a Monday.
Radio, come check us out in the fishbowl.
Download the app.
Download the app, yeah. Come listen to us live. It'd be wonderful.
But we'll see you next week.
All right. See you guys. Have a good week.
You've been listening to Wake Up with Morgan and Dom. Missed the show? Listen again straight away at 3ssr.org. Or visit morgananddom.com for past episodes on video, behind the scenes, and more exclusive content.